In this video, we're going to talk about one of the most misunderstood animals on the planet, the hyena. You know, they're so often cast as the villain of the savannah, but these creatures are way more complex and fascinating than their reputation suggests. We're going to explore the surprising truths behind their biology, their incredible social lives, and exactly why they deserve a second look. Alright, let's just dive right in. For centuries, we've seen them as these ugly, cowardly scavengers, right? But is that reputation, is it really deserved at all? Okay, first things first, let's bust some of the biggest myths out there, starting with the most basic question. What even is a hyena? I mean, it's a super common mistake to make. You look at them, you see them hunting in packs, and you think, yep, that's some kind of dog. But the answer, well, it's probably not what you think. This is where things get really interesting. See, hyenas are a perfect example of something called convergent evolution. They developed these very dog-like traits, hunting in packs, chasing prey for long distances, because it worked for them in their environment. But if you look at their family tree, they're actually much closer to cats. They even groom themselves meticulously, just like a house cat. So, what's the final verdict? Well, they aren't dogs, and they aren't cats. They're in a league of their own, belonging to a unique family called Hyenidae. Pretty cool, right? Now, this brings us to that whole scavenger myth, which is just almost completely wrong. You ready for this? Studies show that spotted hyenas are incredibly skilled predators, hunting and killing up to 95% of their own food. In fact, it's actually more common for lions to steal a kill from hyenas than the other way around. And boy, are they equipped for the job. We're talking about a bite force of over 1100 psi. To put that in perspective, that's nearly double the power of a lion's jaw. This incredible strength lets them eat pretty much an entire carcass, bones and all, leaving absolutely nothing to waste. But their power as hunters is really only half the story. Their social structure is just as intense, and it's one of the most unique hierarchies in the entire animal kingdom. Unlike most mammals you can think of, in the world of spotted hyenas, the females are totally in charge. They live in these complex groups called clans, and these societies are complete matriarchies. The females are bigger, more muscular, and they are socially dominant over every single male. No exceptions. And this system is incredibly rigid. It's passed down from generation to generation. A cub inherits its social rank directly from its mother, creating these lines of power that can last for decades. So, if you're a daughter, you stay in the clan and inherit your mom's status. But if you're a son, you eventually have to leave and try to join a new clan, where you will always start at the very bottom of the ladder. No. This total female dominance, which is fueled by really high levels of certain hormones, has led to, well, one of the most extreme and, frankly, one of the most dangerous biological adaptations on Earth. And the reason for this comes down to a piece of anatomy that is just truly unique. It's a direct and brutal consequence of their female-led evolution. Okay, so female spotted hyenas give birth through something called a pseudopenis. It's an elongated clitoris, and the birth canal inside it is incredibly narrow, only about an inch wide, and it can't stretch. For a first-time mother, the ordeal is so difficult that up to 18% of them tragically die. And for the cubs, the journey is just as dangerous. A staggering 60% of firstborns don't survive the birth. It's just an unbelievably high price to pay. Now, while the spotted hyena is definitely the most famous, you should know there are actually 4 distinct species in the family, and each one is perfectly adapted to a different environment. You've got the bone-crushing spotted hyena of the savanna, which can live for up to 25 years. Then there's the shaggier, more solitary brown and striped hyenas. And then, get this, you have the aardwolf, which is a type of hyena that eats almost nothing but termites. So this family is incredibly diverse, and you can find them all across Africa and even parts of Asia. Alright, let's bring it all home. Let's recap the 5 most astonishing facts we've covered that should completely change how you see these animals. So let's run through it. Number 1, they're not dogs, they're more like cats. 2, that famous laugh, it's not funny at all, it's a sound of stress or aggression. 3, they aren't lazy scavengers, they are elite hunters that kill almost all of their own food. 4, their entire world is run by powerful females. And 5, this female dominance has led to one of the most dangerous and difficult birth processes in the entire natural world. When you put it all together, you realize they are incredibly intelligent, socially complex, and just unbelievably tough survivors. They're perfectly adapted to their world. Maybe not villains after all, huh? Maybe they're just true icons of survival. Alright, that is it this video, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.